The car sat where it didn't belong, half a block down, engine off, lights dead, hidden in shadows like a thought you refused to finish. My phone vibrated once. Not her name, a number I didn't know. I didn't answer. I watched the condensation bloom on the windshield of that car. Two silhouettes shifted. A laugh, soft, practiced, leaked through the cracked window and died in the cold. I could have used the hammer. The weight of it lived in my hand already, familiar, simple, loud. Instead, I stood still. Silence has better reach. The door of our house glowed behind me, warm, domestic, a lie lit from the inside. She was in there, rinsing a glass, humming something forgettable. She always hummed when she thought she was safe. The unknown number buzzed again. "You should see this." I did. A photo arrived. Her hand, not mine. A ring I paid for, resting on a thigh I'd never touched. My chest didn't tighten. It hollowed. That was the moment I knew I wouldn't scream. I would pack my life into a car she would never forget. I didn't confront her. That's what she expected. Noise, tears, theater. I gave her routine. Dinner at 7, coffee at 6, a kiss on the cheek that landed like a stamp. Inside, my mind rehearsed exits. Her phone became heavier on the table, always face down, always charging. She started showering twice, changed perfume, bought lace that never met my hands. I told myself stories, work stress, a phase, my fault. Lies are efficient. They conserve hope. Then Thanksgiving came. I was driving when my phone rang. My daughter-in-law, sharp voice, no greeting. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." A laugh in the background. Her laugh, my wife's. I replied, "Enjoy." I hung up before she could breathe again. That night, my wife slept easily. I didn't. The car in the shadows returned twice that week. Same block, same patience, same hands learning her. I memorized the rhythm. Betrayal has a schedule. I became meticulous. Phone records first, not hacking. Permission she'd given years ago, forgotten like vows. Late calls routed through a business app. Messages erased, but not erased enough. Then observation. I learned how she tied her hair when she lied, which days she came home lighter, how guilt made her generous. I ordered a DNA test, not because I doubted my children, but because I doubted everything else. When trust fractures, it spreads. The results came back clean. Relief felt wrong, like an apology I hadn't earned. I followed the car once, far enough to stay invisible, close enough to see him, older, married, a man who believed himself careful. I photographed receipts, hotel lobbies, a reflection in a mirror she didn't know she stood in. At home, I smiled. At night, I cataloged. The hammer stayed in the garage. Silence worked harder. I chose the timing. A Tuesday, ordinary, unmemorable. I set the folder on the table. No labels, no drama, just wait. "What's this?" she asked. I sipped my coffee. "Open it. Photos first, then call logs, then the hotel bill charged to an account I'd closed 6 months earlier." Her breath fractured. She didn't cry right away. She explained. That was worse. I slid the last page across, a printed message from the man's wife, dated, calm, devastating. Silence grew teeth. "I could have used the hammer," I said, softly. Instead, I used time. She folded, hands shaking, apologies stacking like cheap furniture. I stood, straightened my jacket. "I'm leaving," I said. "Not we. Never again." I left the house intact. That was the cruelty. I packed what mattered into my car. Documents, a watch, a photograph of myself before I became an echo. I sent one final message before I drove. A photo, a villa in Switzerland, white stone, glass, snow dissolving into sunlight. The place I'd bought quietly, years ago, alone. My phone rang. Once, then again, 71 times. My daughter-in-law screamed into voicemail. The same woman who'd ordered me to wash dishes. Greed had taught her volume. My wife texted paragraphs. I didn't read 'em. I sent one final message. I'm done funding your lives. Accounts froze. Cards declined. Titles reverted. I crushed the greedy shrew without touching her. The car in the shadows never came back. Switzerland is quiet in a way that heals nothing. The mountains don't care. They endure. I walk the halls of my villa at night, listening to my steps return to me unchanged. I think about the man I was, the noise I mistook for love. I don't miss her. I miss who I believed I was with her. Silence is honest. It doesn't promise. It doesn't beg. I chose it, and in choosing it, I kept everything she tried to take. I didn't win.